And thank you for staying with us and joining us tonight. We are now going to be going into our NXT No Mercy predictions portion of the evening. How are we all doing?
Oh, my night sucks now. 5 minutes ago it was fucking great now.
I literally said I was going to throw
over.
Yo, you guys are like, that's because you guys are chit-chatting in the chat and not paying attention.
There's
Will's on another show right now as he's watching us.
Oh.
Son of a...
So, NXT No Mercy. 6 matches on this PLE on Saturday night. Any one of them could be match of the night with the way they've built these all up.
Uh-huh.
If we had your choice before we decide any of the predictions on who you think is going to win, what do you think is going to be the match of the night?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
That's a fully loaded question.
Why is
match
that?
of the night? Because there's so many contenders.
There are so many matches on here, but yet there are so many stipulations at the same time. This is almost like now the fact that they have given No Mercy to NXT. This is like right now with the matches we're giving us with the stipulations that are given, it's almost like an NXT version of Extreme Rules. Because Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus have an Extreme Rules match. The NXT Tag Team titles are being defended in a fatal 4-way. You have like the match between Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. I know that one doesn't have a stipulation, but with the intensity of the intensity of Dragunov mixed with just the the overall great in-ring IQ of Carmelo Hayes, you'd think there'd be a stipulation added to it. Like, there's just so much going on. There's a lot that's going on, but it works.
Okay. So what do you think is the match of the night?
I got mine.
All right, Jax.
It's got to be, and I see that because both of these guys, if you look at their history, don't play when it comes to big shows. So, match of the night is going to be your main event, your Carmelo Hayes versus your Ilya Dragunov, because Ilya Dragunov will go out there and just give everything he's got. And I could see Hayes doing the same thing.
Phil?
I think for myself, I personally would like. I'm kind of teetering, but but the one that I think I'm saying no to is Dominic versus Trick with Dragon Lee as the guest ref, because the reason I'm bumping that one down is because we've sort of seen the history that's been between Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic calling Dragon Lee like Rey Mysterio light. The fact that we already had Dominic fast count out Dragon Lee in his match with Mustafa Ali. I'm sorry. Quick caveat: Mustafa Ali, 312 misses you, man. We hope you're doing well. Keep your head up. And caveat. But yeah, there's a little bit of history there, but I think we're kind of used to the whole fact that Dragon Lee and Dominic have a thing going on. So I guess, in my opinion, the one that I think could be match of the night, because when this happened, everybody on the IWC was split down the middle. It was a polarizing decision. Which is why I'm saying I think the match of the night could be Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match. This is going to show. I think, in my opinion, we all know that Tiffany is just great in the ring in general. The prettiest moonsault ever is just absolutely gorgeous. The way she did that swanton bomb in her in the defense where she lost, absolutely like chef's kiss. Like I don't even know if Jeff Hardy could do it as well as she could in that moment. But like I just think knowing that, especially with the barbs that were thrown between Tiffany and Becky, with Becky mainly saying the reason you're gonna lose is because you're not hungry enough. And with Tiffany trying to prove that point by hitting Becky Lynch with a chair last week, and that's what upped the notch to have Becky say to make it an Extreme Rules match. Tiffany tried to say that I'm hungry enough, I'm hungry for it, that I'm just gonna whack you in the back with a chair, and when you least expect it. So it's almost like, okay, you got hungry enough to get to that level. Let's see if you can take that up even more and do it to me in an Extreme Rules match.
Okay. So I'm going with Jax on this one. I feel that Mello and Dragunov is going to be the match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
If there was no special guest referee, I would have actually said Mysterio versus Trick Williams. That's the way I feel that match could have gone. If they were actually given time, and with how Williams has impressed me recently, I think that could have been a match of the night contender.
Right.
So let's start off with the only match that does not have a title. What are your thoughts, and who are you picking to win between Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker?
Oh, no bread, no water, just meat.
Give it to Corbin. He's on a run.
I would also say give it to Corbin. Like Corbin right now, he has sort of been like Jack said, he's starting to generate a bit of a run now. Plus, it would be better for him to get get a W at a pay-per-view this time, or premium live event. I'm sorry, Vince, not so sorry. But like the fact that we're gonna give Corbin a W instead of just making it another no contest when he went up against Gable Steveson and they got a double count out. Like,
I don't see Braun Breaker losing either, unless this is Braun Breaker's last stand, and then he's going up after this. Because if he loses, what does he have to stay down there for?
Catering.
Right.
So that's what catering.
They got good food out here.
Yeah.
So I feel
Braun committed attempted murder. Corbin fought over dog food.
That is true.
The dog is
You
in.
cannot look past the fact that this is true.
I mean, he also won the match against Roman Reigns with that. And that was the last person to pin Roman Reigns before Jey Uso did in 3.5 years. But I'm gonna go with what you guys were saying with Baron Corbin on this.
I feel like he's on a run right now, and he's doing so good, and he could just keep elevating him.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Braun Breaker is just another ship to be burned.
All right, so let's go into the Heritage Cup Finals. The Heritage Cup match between Noam Dar and Butch. So this is going to be under Heritage Cup rules. So you're going to have the six rounds. Was it 3 minutes per round or 5 minutes per round?
It's about it's 2 minutes per round.
2 minutes per round?
Correct.
2 or 3. But I think that we're going to see a new Heritage Cup champion here. I actually think Butch is going to win.
That would be a major push for Butch just in general, because if I'm not actually no, because with the time that he's been in WWE, he's been an NXT UK champion. He's been an NXT tag team. He's been an NXT tag team champion. He was NXT tag team champion with Riddle, I believe. They were the
the Broserweights.
And yeah, those are the only two titles that he's ever held in WWE. So I believe him winning the Heritage Cup off of Supernova 11 Noam Dar would be like just another accolade that you can finally give to the Bruiserweight. Like, this will be awesome.
I'm having too much fun with Noam Dar holding that bitch right now. I love all the different costumes and the different shit.
Yeah, what was the theme for today? Did they say
horse racing?
Like oceans?
No, they were horse racers.
They were like
okay.
Like the people that go to watch horse racing.
The people that go watch it, yeah.
Kentucky Derby, yeah, like the Derby racer.
There you go. That's the word.
The Derby.
I don't know. This one honestly could go either way. But I'm gonna lock it in with Noam Dar retaining it.
Okay. And you picked Butch?
I
pick Noam Dar.
I'm going for Butch on this one, man. Like, it's time to put some more respect on the Bruiserweight, man. Just
all right. So let's go over to the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Championship. Do we see a new champion?
Fuck no. The family is gold right now. Leave the belts on them.
the family's keeping the gold. If anybody else tries to take the gold off the family, they sleep with the fishes. Forget about it.
Oh no, the rack over everybody. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't argue with that one, Ritter. Cannot argue with that. I'm gonna keep the family holding the titles. I just think that they're doing so well right now. They're Stacks and D'Angelo. They're just so funny right now on the mic. Everything they're doing is touching the gold. Like, it's just so good.
Leave it with what's working.
Did you give your pick, Phil?
Oh yeah, I said the family as well.
The family? Okay. All right. So let's go to the North American Championship, where we have Dominic Mysterio versus Trick Williams with the special guest referee of Dragon Lee. Phil, you want to start this one?
Yeah. As I was saying before, we do have the history now between Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic just seeing a Rey Mysterio light, aka another deadbeat dad, another guy that reminds him of a deadbeat dad. But yeah, Dominic fast counted his defeat. Now, in a way, I feel like with this match happening with Trick, this could be Dragon Lee's moment to try to get it back in blood with Dominic, so that Trick wins the North American title. But I'm a little conflicted, because as much as I want to see Dominic win, Trick Williams at the same time is really proving, every time he wrestles, that he should no longer be known as a sidekick. He should be known as a freaking superstar.
Now, my question to that is, does Dragon Lee cause Dom to lose and Trick wins because he thinks he could beat Trick easier? Or does he do the opposite and keep it on Dom because he knows he could beat him after Monday night? Like, he feels that he has a better chance against him. Or does he call straight down the middle?
I think Dragon Lee's character and his everything is a more call it down the middle person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to be more like a Red Shoes referee, where he's not going to take no shit.
Dom hates deadbeat dads, and Christian hates dead dad. Father of the year.
Well, I see him being that official that will shove back and
give them a little leeway.
Give him a little leeway, and then let's say like Don tries to like hit a nut shot. I don't see Dragon Lee counting the pinfall. I see him going, no, you hit him in the nuts.
Ring the bell. Nah, he unintentionally screws Trick so he can beat Dom.
I can see that happening. I have Dom winning this match. I have Dom retaining.
I think I can go with Dom on this one as well. I think I can go with Dom this well. Again, knowing just how this relationship has been. I think Dragon Lee definitely thinks like as the character that we see like during a lot of like when we see the interviews, he tends to be a guy who's like a down the middle, no BS, just straightforward type of person. But I feel like with what he's doing with Dom, I believe he kind of unintentionally, like Ritter said, he unintentionally screws over Trick so he can beat Dominic Mysterio the next time he gets a chance.
What's going on, Braz? How are we doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. All right, so we all have Dom winning this match, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So let's move on to the Women's NXT Championship, the Extreme Rules match. Phil, since this was your match of the night, I'll let you start.
Okay. So yeah, I know definitely. So obviously, definitely looking back at it, this I feel like this is going to be yeah, I know I said this one could be my moment of the night. I feel like just because this is a rematch, but it's not just like an ordinary rematch. Like this one is going to be done in a way so that Tiffany can almost legitimately get her revenge back in real blood by the fact that she's just she celebrated the whole fact that she sees herself as the greatest women's champion of all time. She said better than Asuka, Bayley, Flair, then Lynch, but she never won it. Her bad, right? Well, you gotta be careful what you say because it'll come bite you in the ass. Karma's a bitch. That bitch came in Becky Lynch by her saying, you know what, maybe I'm up for it. And by the fact that she showed up at I think, in just my humble opinion, knowing that she was at Payback, and especially since she was watching Becky Lynch take on Trish Stratus in the steel cage, I kind of feel like for a minute that she was scouting out her competition, knowing just trying to see if she could see a way that she could probably get an upper hand. And then, of course, you had the backstage segment where she completely sort of apologized because she's like, oh, sorry, I didn't even know you weren't an NXT champion. So, of course, that gives Becky the green light to go, you know what? I may not have held it, but I will soon. And she goes down. She does go down to NXT. She does compete. They have an amazing, phenomenal match. I'm not going to say that one was dominant over the other. It could have gone both ways. But Becky won, which obviously caused a great divide in the IWC for many reasons, but we're not going to talk about those reasons. We're going to talk about that Tiffany just wants the rematch because she wants to be champion again, but Becky says that she's not ready for it because she doesn't think that she really is hungry enough for it. She's not ready to fight her way back to being at the top, which is why when she hit Becky with the steel chair after Becky had the tag team with Lyra Valkyria, she was I think she was trying to prove to Becky and herself that she does have some sort of that hunger. But Becky is now raising the bar by saying, okay, you're hungry enough by beating me in the back with a steel chair. Why don't we make it an Extreme Rules match and see how hungry you really are? Let's see if you have that fire burning in your gut to see if you really have what it takes to take this NXT Women's title off of me, because I don't think you do.
Jax?
I'm going Becky. I think they're going to want to keep it on Raw for a little bit and showcase it there. Shake up people competing for it. So I say Becky holds on to it. It's going to be a damn good match, but I don't see Becky dropping it that quick.
I agree. I feel that it's only going to get more exposure on NXT if Becky has the belts and they continue to the belt and continues showing it on Monday Night Raw, as well as at the house shows that they've been doing.
Yeah,
and it allows Tiffany to get more exposure too.
Yeah,
So
you're right. You're right.
I feel Becky's gonna retain here.
You are correct, though, Heel Queen. Becky is no stranger to Extreme Rules matches.
Phil, did you say that you thought Becky was going to retain, or that Tiff was regaining the title?
Oh no, I definitely have Becky Lynch retaining.
Gotcha. So let's move on to the main event of the evening, the last match on the card, and this will be for the NXT Championship, which has Carmelo Hayes facing off against Ilya Dragunov. Jax, you want to start this one?
I see these two guys, no feeling out process. There's not going to be a let's walk around each other. It's going to be straight bell rings. Let's go at it. Knockout fight. Ilya Dragunov's going to give everything and anything he's got. But Carmelo Hayes is on a hell of a run right now. But at the same time, they're starting this rumor of the Hurt Business 2.0 stuff going around.
As I like to call it right now, the street business.
Yeah. So you never know. Mello could be, they might need to call him up for that. I'm going Carmelo Hayes to win it. I'm going for him to retain.
Phil?
From what I was given tonight with Ilya and Carmelo, I will say without a doubt, Carmelo has been a very strong. He's been a very strong, he's really been a very good NXT champion. Like he's shown that, you know, amazing in-ring IQ. He what's the word? He comes out every time, and he almost really doesn't kind of like come out and surprise us. He usually does what he does best, and he's like just great with it. But I don't know, with him going against somebody like the Mad Dragon, who after they merged the NXT title with the NXT UK title, in a way that still makes it the title that Ilya Dragunov never lost due to him having to relinquish that one title due to injury. I think that only fuels a fire in him to really push Carmelo to the very limit without without like no pun intended, without mercy being shown, because this man has shown time and time and time again that he is absolutely ruthless. His match with Dijak, absolutely brutal. His match with Wes Lee, absolutely devastating. Like this man could be like he's really the definition of don't judge a book by its cover. Because yeah, he looks like he's a bit shorter than some other people, and he looks extra skinny. He's got the tiny little elf boots on, but no, this man will leave you black and blue and just completely obliterated, which is why he's been able to survive like those of Gunther back in the NXT UK days. So honestly, the Mad Dragon, the Tsar reigning once again, I definitely think it can happen. Give me Ilya as the new NXT champion. He also had a great match with Trick Williams too, Velocity. Thank you for bringing that up.
So
You did.
I'm going to go on it as a different way. I think after Trick has his match early tonight, he comes out in the middle of the match to support Carmelo Hayes, and he does something, and it cost Melo the match and the title. And that's how
That
you
could
get
also happen.
them feuding each other.
That would be great.
And that's how Ilya wins. So it looks like Carmelo doesn't lose clean. It doesn't make him look weak against Ilya, and it gives him an in to get the opportunity to get the belt back after
That's a good
feuding
point.
with Trick, because of the little tidbits that happened tonight. With Trick running after him, they did a little thing afterwards, but then he went out and compared. He said, "I'm not Trick," and then he stopped himself. That's not what I meant. Oh, but that is what you meant. You're not him.
Yeah.
You're better than him. And I think this is what's gonna be happen, and it's gonna cause him to lose the match. And I think that's how we get Ilya having the belt. And then after that, that's also a way that you can get Melo up to the main roster.
Very true.
That's the entire card for NXT No Mercy.
NXT No Mercy.
So if you had to grade the card based off of what your expectations would be, what would you give it out of 5?
Say again.
If you were going to rate the card, like what do you think this show is going to be? What would you rate it out of 5?
Oh, out of 5. Ooh. 7 point as of right now, 7.5 with a possible of an 8.
So you're giving it between a 3.75 and a 4.
Yes.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. I feel it could be right around the same thing. I was going to predict it to be about a 4.
I also have this about a 4 as well.
Okay. I think it has the potential to be better than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has the potential to.
Especially with the matches that are announced and what can happen. 8.1 on the Richter scale.
On the Richter scale. Tacos or scoops of ice cream?
Tacos, you never go wrong with tacos, Will.
Who is going to have 8.1 scoops of ice cream? 8.1. You either have 8 or you go for 9. Like, what's with the 0.1?
8 and a 10th. Like, that's like that much.
But yeah, I think this has a card to be to surprise a lot of people. And Braz, you said you're a WWE noob. You're not trying to troll the chat and everything. Appreciate it. If you have not watched any WWE wrestling, honestly, NXT is the place to start, because it is the most entertaining show out of the bunch, and it gets you and teaches you all the up and coming wrestlers. So if you ever decide to watch the main product, you will eventually know these people when they get up there.
Oh, it showcases main talent too.
Lately, it has been. Yes, I agree.
Yep. Corbin.
But with that being said, we're getting at to the part of the night where we get to close the tab and we move on. So before we do that, anything else we want to add about No Mercy? Any surprises we think going to happen? Anybody showing up?
I don't know. I could see this is far left field. If you decide to pull the trigger and debut Jade Cargill on NXT, you pull it at No Mercy and you have her beat the shit out of Becky Lynch.
I don't know. Like
That's my left field prediction for tonight.
Yeah, honestly though, if I was to say my piece about what I could see out of Jade Cargill, I feel like Jade Cargill is I think she's a little too good enough to be somewhere in NXT. I feel like she could go straight to the main roster because she has main roster potential, like a 60 and 0 winning streak, like with her as just starting in the company, making her way up, including a TBS championship title, even though it's basically a television title. But
not even showing that comment on the screen. Will, I'm sorry.
Her going NXT after NXT.
No,
title,
the second one, and don't read it out loud. That's what he wants. Nope, not giving it to him. In regards to Jade Cargill, what I think is going to happen is I actually think she's going to be debuting on the main roster, and I think she's going to be the one to beat Nia Jax after Nia Jax runs roughshod through the division, and she becomes saying she is the top person. I think Jade shows up and squashes her, and that's how you get Jade as a superstar right away.
That would actually be very interesting. Like, Nia Jax saying who is there? Who do you think can really beat me? Then you just hear a storm is coming.
I'm curious if she's gonna be able to use the same music.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like you could save a storm is coming, but then I know that she's gonna get some type of music out of Def Rebel, and let's be honest, like Def Rebel, they've got some cool themes, but like 80% are dookie.
If she keeps this whole baddies gimmick, and I said this to Will earlier. Yes, me and Will were talking Jade Cargill and NXT and shit all day today. B-Fab is the perfect example to have as a baddie.
There you go. I mean, she's not with Hit Row, but it could work. I could see Mandy coming back down to
Mandy's not coming back because she'd have to give up OnlyFans, and she's not doing that. She makes more on OnlyFans than she did in an entire year with WWE in 1 month.
Let's not talk about OnlyFans. It was because I mentioned Mandy having an OnlyFans, which is why my main account got wiped off of TikTok.
So that's why it went from...
That's why I lost everything. I just mentioned on my NXT live stream, oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who are wondering, I'm like, Mandy Rose is opening up an OnlyFans account. You didn't hear this from me. I said it into the mic. Next thing you know, I get with some sort of sexual types stuff, and I'm like, wait, what? No. And then I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, I'm done for a week, no problem. I wake up the next day, look at my phone, it's gone. I'm like, what?
Insane.
I know. That's why. If once we get to my plugs, I'll plug it in.
But all right. So let's get there, Phil. Go ahead. Tell us where we can find you now.
All right. So. Yes, as you can see, I am an Encyclopedia Wrestle Talk. And if you ever want to find me, you can check me out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, YouTube, where I've just started making a pro wrestling collective playlists from all different types of companies, including NXT, as well as WWE, like WWE and AEW theme mashups. And I'm also on TikTok under this name as well. Unfortunately, you won't find a lot of content because TikTok took it off for no reason whatsoever. Kind of got me a little pissed off. But I'm rebuilding under my backup account name, which is Phil the Future Reborn. So make sure to get that one up road to 1K so I can, so I can get things back on track and rebuild my brand. And where can we find you, Jax?
Oh, fucking everywhere. Fucking everywhere. If you want to keep up with me, make sure you join the Discord and follow me on Twitter, which I'm trying to grow that following right now at Jaxpo2020 for all the show updates where I'm at. But I'm fucking everywhere, and I love every bit of it.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah, I'm on Discord too under that.
So before I plug where you can find me, just a little housekeeping. So tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on Rivet City Radio, we have the Boom with Cam G. Thursday, you're going to have on Rivet City Radio at 8 p.m. You have Boss Bitch Trivia with the one and only Al and the Will Gray. Then on Thursday, following that, right here, back on Off the Top, is Career Retrospective at 10 p.m. And we're doing it on, this is probably going to be in a very emotional piece for a lot of people, but we are covering Bray Wyatt. We are going to honor him in the best way that we can. Friday night, back here on Off the Top, 10 p.m., we're doing Friday Night Review. And then on Saturday, 10 p.m., debuting a brand new show right here on Off the Top. It's called Rinkside Chatter. It is a hockey podcast. It'll be myself, Shadow, and a new host that we're bringing in. Make sure everybody comes on by, checks it out. Hopefully you learn a little bit something about hockey and like the game a little bit even more.
It's a surprise.
So if you're looking for me, you can find me here right on Twitch and YouTube on Off the Top, as well as TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Off the Top Media _. Anything else you guys have to say before we sign on off?
Nah.
Okay. So, want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Make sure to check us out on all the other shows. If you have not followed us already, drop us a follow. Make sure to like any of the streams that you watch. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a great evening.